Yeah, this is gonna be a lot. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and welcome to massive unboxing number 12. This is the largest unboxing I have ever done on this channel, with over 20 models to unbox in this video. I'm so excited to do this massive unboxing here. Now, I'm kind of in a bit of a time constraint because I will be attending a sporting event here in just about an hour, so I'm gonna have to breeze through these models pretty quickly. No pun intended on that. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a quick look here at everything. There's all the models and everything in between, and there's also some miscellaneous stuff I picked up. A few shirts, a Concorde, North Central, New Spirit United, and a little sign, and a little pamphlet for the Phoenix Airport Museum. So yeah, this is not sorted in chronological order. This is just kind of randomized, so I'll just try to go from, I don't know what to go with here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to improvise here. Sorry about this, guys. We're gonna start off with this because this is the first haul that I got from the convention, so a lot of goodies in here. So let's over to the unboxing area and we will begin. Doesn't that just scream retro right there? A lot of retro stuff to unbox here, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. I'll put this off to the side. We'll start off with the first model up here. For massive unboxing number 12, the Eastern Douglas DC-930 by Gemini Jets under the Gemini Jets 2 line. Now this is a damaged model. As you can see, some landing gear has fallen off, but that'll be pretty easy to fix as I do have some super glue with me. I did not expect that to show up, but that was brought with. Go to the back. It is a 2004 release under the Gemini Jets 2 brand. That's what they had around the early to mid 2000s. All that fun stuff just to kind of improve their molds and stuff. So item number on this is GJEAL529. And I'll be tripling my Eastern collection here with this unboxing, as I've got a good handful of Eastern stuff in this video. So here we go. Yeah, so you can see it's just the main landing gear that has snapped off there, kind of fallen off, but thankfully that should be an easy fix. And then we also have the nose gear there perfectly intact. So really great shape here with this Eastern DC-9. So let's go ahead and do a review. Improvised setting here, as I don't have a tripod, so sorry about the angle, but I do have it in some good lighting today. So here it is, Eastern DC-930 by Gemini Jets. And again, just gonna try to adjust a little bit here. Camera does not want to be friends with me today, so I have to excuse that. So let's go and do a review. So starting with the front there, we got a little anti-glare nose there, got the cockpit windows, little L1 door, you got the hockey stick, the Eastern titles, a nice little American flag up there, there's the registration. November 89er 88 Echo, I think is what it says. Let's go and zoom in on that. 8988 Echo, yep. And then we have the Eastern hockey stick tail that goes up. This is one of the more newer-ish Eastern aircraft that went to the silver polished whatever livery version of the hockey stick. So here is the underneath of it. Again, landing gear is missing on this, or fallen off rather. It is in the box, so thankfully this should be an easy fix. But nevertheless, this is a really good model in very decent condition, minus the broken nose gear, or the main gear, all that fun stuff. So yeah, very happy with this model. So let's move on to number 2. Next up for the unboxing, we have this Eastern Airbus A300, a very rare model here from Aeroclassics, part of the Eastern Airlines historical series with both the very old Eastern logo and got the Golden Falcon. I do have a Golden Falcon jet in this unboxing. You'll see that here later. So yeah, very nice box art on here. I love how Aeroclassics gets very creative with their box art design, and then you see there on the back there with the Eastern Airlines Retirees Association along with their website. Just kind of promote that there since it's on the box. All that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and hop in. So this will be my third A300 in the collection, all of them now coming from Aeroclassics up to this point. One of them Phoenix, actually, so this will be my fourth. I forgot about the house livery A300 that I have already. Alright, take this out, and we are looking good. What a unit this thing is. Man, I tell you, this thing is just amazing. I love this livery. So here it is, Eastern E300. Looks like got an Air Shuttle Plus decal on here. So this is the Air Shuttle Plus livery, I guess, if you want to call it that. So start off at the front, got the cockpit windows over there, a little fleet number there, 291, the numbers on the registration. Got the Eastern hockey stick, the Eastern titles, the American flag, along with this little thing right here. Not sure what this is for. Seems to be apparent on all the older Aeroclassics A300s, and this is one of those older ones. Registration November 291 Echo Alpha, and then we have the Air Shuttle Plus decal right there. It should be on the other side of the plane as well, and it is. And yeah, all the landing gears and everything all attached. Everything is in one piece on this model, which is really great to see for such a rare model. very happy with this one as well. So let's move on to number 3. What did I say about my Eastern collection being tripled in size here almost? But yeah, we have a ton of Eastern models in this collection, or in this unboxing here. So next up we have the Eastern 727-200 Whisperjet by Gemini Jets. Wonderful model here inside. There is everything on the box. So this is an original Gemini Jets release from 2002, a very, very old model here. Very excited to unbox this. Let's take a look here. Item number GJEAL320. Try to get that in the light here. I know the sun's going to start changing in angles here. It's going to start to lower to the ground as the afternoon progresses. I'm going to try to go quick here, so I do apologize if this is a little bit too fast of a pace for you guys. I'll see maybe once I get closer to the end, if I have enough time, I'll start to slow down a little bit. But yeah, we are looking really good with this 727. This is my first 727-200 in the collection. This thing is amazing. Another great model for the collection, the Eastern 727-200 Whisperjet by Gemini Jets. And yes, you can probably hear the planes in the background as I'm located right next to Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Keep an eye out for some more spotting content coming from that trip. Had a really great time spotting and all that fun stuff. Really looking forward to putting all that together here once I get back home. So to start off at the front here, we've got the cockpit windows. It looks like some eyebrow windows. They may have rubbed off there a little bit from time. A little fleet number right there. Got the Eastern hockey stick, the Eastern titles, and the Whisperjet titles there on the tail. And it looks like they have a little bit of dust there on this model, but that is to be expected with such an old model that has probably been on display on someone's shelf for a very long time and is now in my possession. Look at that old Gemini Jets logo underneath. Very, very nice to see that. Registration, this one is November 8825 Echo. One of the very rare 727-200s out there from Gemini Jets. Really, really nice. So yeah, again, another model I'm very happy with here in the collection. Everything is all attached in one piece, nothing broken. So really great to see that here from Gemini Jets and Airliners International. So let's go ahead and head on to the next model. Holy cow. Lufty A350 sighting right here. New livery. Beautiful. With this east flow here. Next up, we have this America West Airbus A319 by Gemini Jets. Another great model here. This is one of the original Gemini Jets. Really, really nice to see this. And this one of the original Gemini Jets, like I said, that has the tail seam on it, which I'll show you here when we take this out. So pamphlet here, nothing on here with just the old America West logo. And there is no release year on this as far as I know. You can see there's the old price tag, $22.95. Wish models still cost that much today. And yeah, really creative box art design from Gemini Jets here with America West, so this is probably a licensed product. Exclusively distributed by Darren Worldwide Trading Incorporated in Fairfield, New Jersey. Number on this is GJAWE181. Pop in. Get a look at this beauty right here. Got a nice piece of foam there and some plastic covering the nose, and here we are. America West A319, my second America West model, and the first in their final livery that they had up until they merged with US Airways in '05. And here she is, the America West Airbus A319 by Gemini Jets. A wonderful, wonderful model here. So let's go ahead and do a review. So zoom in just a little bit here just to kind of make this a little bit better. Sorry about the lower angle there on this one, so a little bit further back. Starting up at the front here, we got the cockpit windows, got the L1 door, you have the America West titles, and then you have the lines that come in there, the little wiggly lines that come in as you head towards the rear of the plane and then you have the America West logo there on the tail with a very nice teal background. Also present is the America West logo there on the engines in like a slightly lighter blue. It's kind of hard for it to be picked up on camera, but to the naked eye it is a little bit more visible. Again, I do see like a lot of dust there and all that stuff, but again, that is to be expected with such a model that's probably been on someone's shelf for a very long time. Another old Gemini Jets logo underneath. Registration of this one is November 814 Alpha Whiskey. I'm going to take a look here at the fence tips there, and you can indeed see the America West logo there in red, just like on the tail. And you also see the tail seam there, since this is one of the original Gemini Jets A319s. Very, very nice to see that there. Obviously, they have since phased that out with the introduction to Gemini Jets 2 and some later molds that they had with the A319. So yeah, my first A319 on this mold here from Gemini Jets back in the day. Great to see this. Let's move on to the final model from this portion of the haul. Ladies and gentlemen, another rare model is going to be landing in my collection. I'm sure all of those that I unboxed were pretty rare, but again, with Airliners International, you can expect to find some rare goodies, so that's to be expected with such a convention like that, especially one of this magnitude. But here we are with the Eastern Airlines 747-100. This is a Gemini Jets model. I know it doesn't say on the box because I did look at this when I initially saw this, and there was no logo on it for any manufacturer or anything, so I just kind of assumed that maybe it was just an unbranded model and have to open it up. But yeah, that's what we're going to do here. No item number on this since this is a Gemini Jets model that doesn't have an item number, and you can see there it was upside down there, so oopsie daisy. And yeah, there is the beauty that she is inside. Gemini Jets made some pretty cool models. This doesn't have the little antennae there on the tip of the wings since this is an older release, but my god, damn, this livery just screams at you in a good way, of course. And man, okay, I just realized this is actually pretty cool right here. Ooh, that horizontal, or not horizontal stabilizer there, that tail there feels quite loose. And it does wiggle a little bit, but it's not giving way, so I'm going to be very delicate with that. Again, with these used models, that is to be expected, with stuff slightly coming loose or even detached, just like the Eastern DC-9 that we saw at the beginning of the video. That is to be expected, so I'm not too upset about it, that kind of stuff. Man, I tell you, this model right here is incredible. While it is old and it is missing some details, it is still a really great model. So, looks like based off the registration, November 737 Papa Alpha, I believe this is one of the Pan Am hybrids that Eastern got for some time. I know they had some factory-built 747-100s in their fleet, and they were even supposed to get 747-200s. There's a picture of one that was built, but I don't think Eastern ever took delivery of it. So it kind of sat there, stored for a while, and I'm guessing someone else took it, or they just kind of did whatever with it, I don't know. So start off up here at the front. Again, sorry about the lighting there. I'll try to get the model there and a better lighting here up at the front. So start up here. Got the cockpit windows, got a little fleet number there for 737, even though this is on a 747. Got the hockey stick logo, the Eastern logo, a wonderful blue cheat line, which was inherited from the Pan Am livery. Got the 3 windows up here up front. That's how you know it's a 100. And the 3 on the other side, so 6 windows in total there up front. Move towards the rear, you got the registration, and then you have the Eastern tail, which used to have the Eastern wording on it. I think this is an older version or something. I'm not entirely sure on this. But you have an American flag there up top, and then you have the tail seam, of course, since this is an older model. And there it is, older Gemini Jets logo there underneath. I'll zoom out there just a little bit, and these landing gears actually do tilt. So very innovative design there that was used at the time, now used quite frequently on a lot of their newer models. For even other aircraft types like the A330, for instance. So yeah, a very stunning model right here. Fantastic livery on such a wonderful and iconic aircraft. So very happy to have this in my fleet. So this will head over to the shelf and we'll begin the next portion of the haul. Alright, so moving on to the next portion of the haul. So this part of the haul will focus on a lot of stuff that I got from various vendors where I only got like 1 or 2 models off of. Actually, all of these are just places where I got one singular model out of. I'll save all the multiples for later as those have a lot more exciting stuff, but there's even some exciting stuff in here. So without further ado, I'll just go ahead and grab them all and just put them up here on the shelf. So there you go. That is pretty much everything in this haul, and yes, I'm sure some of you are probably starting to freak out about that American MD-80 there that I got, so very excited to unbox some of these. So let's go ahead and hop in. Let's do this, boys. Alright, first up we have the Eastern Douglas DC-3 by Aeroclassics, part of the Eastern Airlines Historical Series. Basically the same box as the A300 with some differences, obviously because this is a different aircraft. But again, you got the Eastern Airlines Retirees Association on there, or the EARA on there, aeroclassics.net, which is obviously probably an invalid domain nowadays. But yeah, basically the same box and everything as with the previous A300 that we unboxed earlier, so let's go ahead and take this out. My second DC-3 in the collection will go very well with my Clay Lacy Aviation DC-3, which is painted in the United livery. And get that off. There we go. Check that out. Wow. Such an old school livery. And to be quite frank, it fits well as we have a 767 departing here. That's going to be out of focus there, so sorry about that. It is Continental Globe anyway, and I do see another cool plane here off in the distance. What is that? That's the United 7810. It looks like Continental Globe rather coming in. So yeah, that is the kind of stuff you can expect with me for massive unboxings. I have done this quite frequently, as you've probably seen in the last massive unboxing when I was in Minneapolis. All right, let's do review. And there it is, the Eastern DC-3 by Aeroclassics. Wow, I don't have any words for this. This is such an incredible model right here. Such a beautiful, beautiful looking model right here. So we got the little cockpit windows there, you got a little anti-black glare there thing for the nose. The very old Eastern Airlines logo right there, Fly Eastern Airlines. And then there's a tail back there, and you got some other details as well, which I'll try to zoom in on here. Hopefully my hair doesn't block the view. Zoom in on that very slowly, there you go. So there's all that stuff there, and there's some other small details that I can't really see even through the viewfinder. Registration on this one, November Charlie 18124. So this is an American registered plane, but before, I believe 1944 is when they changed the registration prefix from November Charlie to just November, which is what we use today. So this is a very, very old model, one of my first that has such an instance of this. So yeah, there it is there underneath on the wings. Got the Eastern logo on there as well on the port wing, and then on the underneath of the starboard wing there, and vice versa for the registration. So yeah, a very, very wonderful model. There's also a stand hole included with that. Landing gear and everything. I do not believe they roll. It doesn't sound like they do. It just sounds like it's like plastic or just metal or whatever, along with the rest of the model there. So yeah, a wonderful, wonderful DC-3 here from Aeroclassics. Going to be happy to put this up on the shelf with the other DC-3. So let's move on. A lot of you are probably wondering, where's all the modern stuff? Well, trust me, it's coming. It's just that I got a lot of this retro stuff here, and I really I want to get this out of the way because, again, I'm very fascinated with retro stuff, and that's kind of what I like to do here, so that's what we're going to be doing here throughout this unboxing. There's a lot of retro stuff here in this unboxing. So here we go with the Fly Eastern Airlines, the Golden Falcon 720 by Aeroclassics, part of once again, the Eastern Airlines historical series. So yeah, my Eastern Airlines fleet has grown tremendously here with this unboxing. So there's the box again. Not going to go into too much detail since this is the third time I've shown it. Let's unbox this. Get that taken care of, and here we go. My first Golden Falcon aircraft in my collection. My first 720, and wowzers. Wow. I gotta tell you, this thing is incredible. Dust right there. I'll clean that off as I go here. But what a facility that thing is, I tell you. That thing is amazing. And I tell you, this livery is incredible when you see it in person. I gotta say, I love this livery. So here we go for the review of the Eastern Airlines Boeing 720 by Aeroclassics. So starting off up there at the front, I will zoom in just a little bit here. Sorry about that. There we go. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got a little black nose there, a little anti-glare thing there, much smaller on this iteration. Little Golden Falcon service, I believe is what that says right there. Indeed it does. I did not memorize that, but I'm guessing that's what it would have said, and that is indeed correct. So we have that right there. We got a little American flag, the full Fly Eastern Airlines titles spanning across the entire plane. Boeing 720, the registration November 8701 Echo on the tail. And then we also have the Golden Falcon itself on the tail, which is where the hockey stick livery kind of carries on over into the hockey stick livery. I should probably word that better. So this Golden Falcon looks very similar to what you see on the hockey stick, so just kind of more simplified to make it look a little bit more clean. Got a nice little blue underbelly right there, which is much more blue on camera than it does in person, and also the blue there on the tail. And then the underneath, it's pretty much all metal. Just kind of like a silverish paint all the way throughout on this model. Thankfully, this does not look like it's zinc rotting, as some of these 707s and 720s and other older Aeroclassics models from the early 2000s, they are known to zinc rot, and thankfully this does not seem like it's one of those models. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have shown up at the convention entirely, so that's just kind of how it is here in this case. So, very wonderful model here. Very excited to have this in my collection. This will certainly please the retro viewers of this channel. Let's move on to the next model. Next up, we have the Northwest Orient Airlines Boeing 377 Stratocruiser, another one to add to the collection, this one from Aeroclassics, so our first Northwest model here in this unboxing. So you see the other ones that they did, the 720B, DC-7C, and then the 377, which is what I have right here. So yeah, a very nice box here with the various Northwest logos over the years. You got the bowling shoe one, the thermometer one, and the Orient era, along with the Northwest Airlines, the original one, of course, which is to be expected. Aeroclassics salutes the history of Northwest Airlines and Northwest Orient. Indeed you do. So between the United one that I got earlier and now this one, oh man, this is much lighter than I thought it was going to be. I've been told that the Aeroclassics mold is a lot better than the Dragon Wings one, and definitely seems to be a little bit better here. I see a little bit more detail on here. Definitely looks a little bit different here in this case, but a very nice Northwest livery here. 377 Stratocruiser. And here she is, the Northwest 377 Stratocruiser by Aeroclassics. Another wonderful model to add here to the collection. So let's take a look. Starting up at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got the Northwest Orient Airlines titles there, and then the much larger Northwest titles. Got Northwest Orient Airlines on the tail as well, the very iconic red tail that Northwest was known for. Take a look here at the registration here on the tail. We got November 74602. A nice little Orient logo there as well in the blue. And then I also have some other stuff up here on the front, so I'll just zoom in on that real quick. Sorry about this here. Can't read what that says for sure. I'll go ahead and zoom in on that while I'm editing here. I think that says Seattle Tacoma. So it must be related to there. I'm guessing Seattle got these Stratocruisers quite regularly back in the day. Oops, there. Ooh. Okay, I didn't break it, so that's the good news. So here's the underneath of it. We have NWA there on the left, and then we got the registration here on the right. Continuing to hear the models here, or the planes rather, as they continue to take off from O'Hare. But yeah, that is pretty much everything for this model. Another great addition to the collection, another great addition to my very old retro fleet here. We'll get some more modern stuff here in just a bit. We do have kind of an interesting retro-modern aircraft up next, so let's take a look at that. Now, this is a model that I have wanted for a while in my collection. We have the United Airbus A320 with the Stars and Bars retro livery, and Scandinavian is departing from Chicago. Camera cannot focus on anything right now because there is nothing for it to focus on, but there goes Scandinavian as it heads off to either Copenhagen or Stockholm. But yeah, this is a model that I have wanted in my collection for a little while now, and thankfully a couple places did have this model, but I picked it up from one that had a good price on it, so thankfully that was the case. There's a look inside with the model, and got the aircraft pamphlet, all the information. This is a 2011 release from Gemini Jets, a wonderful release here. That number on this is GJUAL 1061. There we go, up in. This is the first newer Gemini Jets release that I have here. I have plenty of the newer ones. Those will be coming up here in just a bit. And booyah. Oh, wow. Yes. So this is another critical model secured for the collection. Will work good as an A320 substitute whenever I need it most. Great to have this finally. I've been looking for one. I knew Airliners would come in clutch with this. I didn't think it'd be so easy. And here it is, the United Airbus A320 Stars and Bars retro livery by Gemini Jets. Such a wonderful model this thing is indeed. I love this livery. And I've always wanted a United A320. I'm waiting for Gemini Jets to do it here at some point, but they are pretty much unable to do it here. I don't know what's going on, but they got to get that done at some point. Let's go and do a review on this. So starting up front, we got the cockpit windows, got the L1 door. This is a much better mold here in my opinion, even though it is a bit ancient. I think they should have stuck with this mold, just my opinion. Got the 4 stars, got the United titles, A320 Friendship there, the little American flag, registration November 475, Uniform Alpha, and then we have the United Stars and Bars tail. Same on the other side, you got like a blue fence tip winglets there on the top, and then it's red on the bottom with a bit of white in the middle, so how funny. Got the Gemini Jets logo there underneath, along with the main landing gear, which do not roll. All that good stuff looks really, really good. So another critical model secured for the collection. As I see United Max, I believe it's probably an 8 or 9, one of the two, taking off from my room. So again, another one of those instances where planes departing are going to distract me and I'll probably show them if it's anything too significant. So great to have this in the collection. Look forward to seeing this in airport updates here coming very soon. So we'll move on to the next model. Next up, we have the United 727-200 in the Battleship Grade livery, a great model that will go well for my retro FSD project that I have going here. I already did an airport update a little while ago for a 2004 era update. Hopefully I'll be able to go older here once I get more aircraft. I do have a couple others for that retro FSD project that I'll be unboxing here later in this video. 2000 release, another very old Gemini Jets release here. That is awesome to see, and look at the side of this box here. That's very cool. Item number on this is GJUAL 114. Oh, man. Another great model here. Hopefully it's all in one piece, and it is indeed. My first United Battleship Gray aircraft, excluding the CRJ-200 that I got, which is also in Battleship Gray, but it's an express, not a mainline. How about this? United 727 Battleship Gray by Gemini Jets. Another great retro model here for the collection. Let's take a look. Starting up at the front, we got the cockpit windows. Got a little thing there. I think that says worldwide service, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that is indeed the case. Got 7291 there, which is fleet number that matches the registration. November 72901 uniform. So probably one of these Saul Bass era 727s that lasted up until the Battleship Gray era before they were retired. It's got the United Airlines titles there in kind of like a Times New Roman-esque font. I know it's kind of really bright to see on camera from the sun, but again, the colors and everything look perfectly fine to my naked eye. American flag right there, November 72901 uniform there on the registration, and then you have the Battleship Gray logo there, or the Blue Tulip logo there rather. Or not Blue Tulip, I keep getting this confused. We have just the Tulip there, United Tulip, which was made pretty iconic throughout the era from Saul Bass up until the Blue Tulip livery before that was retired. Got the old Gemini Jets logo underneath there, a little bit of silver there with a very deep dark blue. And everything else pretty much the same, nothing too interesting else to mention here. And there's an APU there. Looks like that was kind of glued on there a little bit poorly back when that was made at the factory 20 some years ago. So yeah, another great model for the retro FSD project that I got going here. Hopefully I'll be able to continue to acquire more models as I find them or as manufacturers keep releasing stuff that I need. Now, time for a model that I've been very excited to get in the collection, and I know a good friend of mine would be very excited to see in my collection. How about this, ladies and gentlemen? The American Airlines McDonnell Douglas MD-80. Probably one of the most iconic aircraft for American Airlines, in my opinion. One of the best that American had throughout their lifetime. And unfortunately, they've been retired as of 2019, but we can still enjoy them in model form. So there it is inside there, flapping everything. This is the 2014-ish release. I know it says 2013, but I think it was released sometime in early 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Registration November 573 Alpha Alpha, and the item number on this is GJAL 547. Up in, and let's see this MD-80 for the very first time. Now, I hope to God that this is not broken, and it is not. Oh my God. Yes, sir. This is a livery that I have wanted in my collection on this aircraft. Today is the day that finally changes. Red River Aviation, this one's for you. Wow. That is all I have to say about this model right here. The American MD-80 by Gemini Jets 2014 release. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit windows. You got the red, white, and blue stripes as they head back towards the rear of the aircraft there, the nice cheat line there. Got the American titles with a nice little white outline added to them. And then you have the engines back there, and then the iconic American logo. Some of you who follow Red River Aviation will very well recognize this. It should be flipped over to the other side. Let's do that. There we go. So yep, that is a logo there that you would probably recognize very well if you're a viewer of his channel. So very, very happy to have this model in the collection. I know he would approve to have this model in anyone's collection, and I certainly agree with that. So yeah, that is everything with all these singular models. Now let's move on to some other more well-known vendors, if you will, that were present at the Airliners International convention in Chicago. So great to see you, American MD-80. We'll see you soon. But for now, let's move on with the unboxing. Oh, Lufty. We interrupt massive unboxing number 12 again to bring you another presentation of a big jet taking off from Chicago, this time a Lufthansa 748 in the old livery. Probably heading to Frankfurt. I don't know. Let's continue. All right, so let's move on here with the next vendor here. I don't know for sure who this was that I got this off of. I didn't see any sign or anything that made it look obvious as to who it would have been, but this is what I have here. So here's a look at the Fantasywings set of Gate Gourmet catering vehicles. I'm not going to unbox these. I'll wait until I get back home to unbox them, but there's a set of 4 of them in there, and here's just a good look at one of them from the inside. So this will work very well for my airport updates, but I will not be unboxing that just to kind of save myself a bit of time, spare myself the pain of having to put that all back together. All right, let's move on to a retro model for the unboxing once again. I know that has been a common theme, and it is indeed. I did not intend for that to rhyme, but that's just how it went. We have the United 737-300 in the Saul livery by Gemini Jets. Wonderful model in here inside. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. This is a 2019 release, an older release that I've been eyeing for a little while since I started the Retro FSD project. This is another model I needed, and when I saw this pop up, I knew I had to get it. So let's go ahead and take a look. Fast pace seems to be going well, and that did not work out. Now, that is the second time I've dropped a model in this unboxing, and there's probably a new record there. Usually don't drop it more than once. And twice is a bit ridiculous. And here she is, the United 737-300 in the Saul livery by Gemini Jets. Now, this is a model that has received some criticism, mostly because of its nose-up attitude, and I definitely do see that there. As you can see, the nose landing gear is definitely taller than the main landing gear, so it gives it that nose-up attitude there, which doesn't look all that great. But, I mean, from this angle, you can't really tell. I mean, if I was to put it more straight on from towards the ground, it would probably be more obvious, but it is what it is. Starting up at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got the L1 door, we got the United tulip there, along with the United titles. November 327 Uniform Alpha is the registration, and we got the blue the tulip up there. Again, I don't know why I keep saying blue tulip. I don't have any, unfortunately, in this unboxing. A little Gemini Jets logo there underneath, along with some antennae, which are newer additions on these newer Gemini Jets models, including this one. And yeah, there's the engines and everything. Everything looks pretty good. Nothing here to complain about, minus the noseward attitude there that it has, the nose-up stuff with a taller landing gear than normal. Great to see this model here. Let's move on as we continue to progress through Massive Unboxing number 12. A fresh change here for Massive Unboxing number 12. We've got a newer model here to unbox. This is the Alaska Embraer 175 2022 release. Been eyeing this model here for a little while. I was going to get it off the company store, but it never showed up, so I figured I'd just wait till Airliners to get it, and thankfully it did show up. So let's go ahead and hop in. Item number on this is GJASA203. The previous one was GJUAL1203, which I did not read off of, so oof on that. Check this out. Man, there we go. Now, I heard that the wing flex was a lot better on this one than on previous Embraer 175 releases, and it definitely looks like that is the case with this one. It's got that new plane smell as well, which I always like to smell every once in a while. And here she is, the Alaska Embraer 175 by Gemini Jets. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit window, got operated by SkyWest titles there underneath. So you see right there, Alaska, and then SkyWest titles there further back, and then we have the registration November 186 Sierra Yankee, and you got the Chester Eskimo on the tail. And yeah, let's take a look at that wing flex, and yeah, that is definitely a big improvement on this model compared to previous releases. Very happy to see that Gemini Jets listened and fixed the wing flex on this because it was a big issue on previous releases. Thankfully, they did not sacrifice anything else on this model, as everything else looks pretty good. Engines are good, all the details and everything underneath are there, as is the case with their Embraer 175 releases, or their E-Jet family releases, as I should say. Waiting for the E2 jet family to start being released by Gemini Jets. Hopefully that's coming very soon as more airlines start to take delivery of those. Moving on to another retailer here. Here is the other model in question. I'll be unboxing that here up next. So here we go with an Ozark F-27. So this is the Aeroclassics Presents North American Twin Series. Aeroclassicsdirect.com, powered by 400scalehanger.net. So you see there F-27, and then here's the stuff here. Registration of this model, November 4218. This will be my first Ozark model, and there is the back of the box there with some other details and a map of the continental US and North America. Okay, so we do have a bit of an issue here, as it looks like the nose landing gear has come off on this one. So it seems like landing gear seems to be the issue here for these models. Let's take this out, and yeah, there we go. Looks pretty good, apart from that issue there, which should be a very easy fix. I'll just try to snap it in there for now, as it kind of fell there. There we go. Try to grab that. Maybe I can snap it back in just for the sake of the review. Alright, after some careful repositioning of that aircraft, we are back in business here with the Aeroclassics Ozark F-27 here. So another model, this will kind of go well for retro FSD. I do need a DC-9, so I have to find one of those at some point, but for now this F-27 will do very well. This is my first one in the collection too. Start off at the front, we got the cockpit windows, you got a little anti-glare black nose there, a little black front there. Got the tiny Ozark titles there, L1 door, and then you have the fan blades, the propellers there, which do spin. Kind of hard to see here. I'm not trying to move this model too much as to not cause damage. Got the registration back there, November 4218, and then you have the Ozark tail there and the three little things there underneath. So as soon as I move the model, the nose landing gear is going to come off. So it seems like it might be a manufacturer defect more than anything. And yeah, there is the underneath of the model here. Great to see the underneath of that. And otherwise, the model is in very good condition, so this will be a very easy fix that I'll do here off camera once I get back home. Up next, we have the Republic Convair 580 by Gemini Jets. So I will need a North Central here, but this Republic will do perfectly fine, as I know some collectors probably really want to see that North Central in my collection. I already have that DC-950. If you want to see that unboxing, go check that out. But I will definitely be on the lookout for a North Central Convair here very soon. So yeah, a great model here. I've seen pictures of this before. I've been eyeing this for a while. Could go well for a 1970s era retro FSD. 2019 release, item number GJREP1407. That was a big first here, first Convair 580 in my collection, and my first Republic aircraft also. So basically a merger of North Central and Southern Airways for those that don't know much about it. And this thing right here, ooh. Man, this thing is a lot heavier than I expected. Kind of weird. Just how it is, though. And here she is, the Republic Convair 580 by Gemini Jets. Another great retro model for the collection. Another critical check mark for the retro FSD project. Starting off at the front, got the cockpit windows, got the Republic titles right there, and then Herman the Duck inherited from North Central. Little American flag down there in the registration, which is, I believe that is November 2728 Romeo. And yeah, that is pretty much everything. The wings underneath are a nice silver color. Got the Gemini Jets logo along with the stand hole and a really nice looking front profile here. Let's go ahead and get a good look at that. Wow. Those propellers are quite big and there's barely any ground clearance for them, so yeah, if you get onto any elevated ground in particular, that's gonna, or uneven ground I should say, those blades are gonna be ripped off and it's gonna rip that ground apart, so at least in this case for the Gemini model. But yeah, landing gear and everything looks pretty good. We'll be on the eye out for a Frontier Convair 580, which was just announced by Gemini Jets, and we'll begin at North Central here, hopefully in the not-so-distant future, once I come across one of those. So let's move on to the next set of models. Alright, got another set of models here. Once again, a great purchase here that I made with these two models. So first up we have the Southwest 737-700 Arizona 1 with blended winglets by Panda Models. One of the exclusives that Waffle Collectibles announced. I did get the Lone Star 1 off of this. I was able to get the blended winglets here in this case. So box I've taken a look at here in Massive Unboxing number 9, if you have seen that yet. Great to see that. And an Evil Blue 763 just took off, so that is great. I missed that. Big rip. Let's go ahead and take this out. I have not seen this in the flesh yet, so hopefully this is in great shape. Alright, let's see. This model arrived in one piece, and indeed it did. We're good on here. Yep, this model is in great shape. Alright, perfect. And here she is, the Southwest 737-700 Arizona 1 with the blended winglets by Panda models. Would have gotten the splits, but I am very happy with this blended winglet example. Start off at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got the Arizona 1 logo there, little Southwest heart down there, we've got the L1 door, the Arizona star right there, which kind of beams out, kind of like a sun, if you will. Got the orange and red there, or the yellow. Very, very nice. Registration November 955 Whiskey November. I did see this exact aircraft back when it had blended winglets in 2020 in Minneapolis, so finally happy to have this model in the collection. Completed another state livery here for the collection. American flag down there, we got the Southwest logo there as well. I'll flip it underneath, and there you can see there you got the stand hole, the holes for the landing gear, and the engines as well, which are in perfect shape. No broken pieces here on this model, so very happy with this. Let's move on. Next up in line, we have the American Airbus A321neo, a model that I have needed for the collection for a little while. None of the airports that I really do get A321neos. I know Oklahoma City did once, but that might have just been a one-off service. So, but I'm happy with having this 321neo in case I do need it. This is a 2019 release by Gemini Jets. Item number on this is GJAAL 1850. Let us hop in. So let me take a look here at this model. I've been told that this is in good condition, and it should be. Indeed, it is. It does look like it has a loose wing there, a loose left wing. Yeah, that does come out, so that is a bit of an unfortunate oopsie-daisy right there. So I'll just go ahead and slot the wing back on there, and it's perfectly fine. I will notify the person who I got the model off of, just to let them know. So, Austrian 60 years is taken off. Get that there in sight, and there it is as that leaves Chicago. Let's begin another model review here with this American Airbus A321neo by Gemini Jets. Once again, another model that I'm very happy with in the collection, another good asset to have. Start up at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got the L1 door, little One World logo, big American titles going around, and the Neo engines, which have some decent ground clearance. Now there is at least some ground clearance, but it's better than nothing at this point, as we know with Gemini Jets. I got the overwing exits right there, another exit back there. I got the registration November 400 Alpha November. American flag, got a little SATCOM dome there up top. And we will flip that underneath there. You see the Gemini Jets logo further back. Stand hole, landing gear, and everything else, all the other exterior details printed on with some antennas included. Another good model, but a little bit unfortunate that the left wing did come off, or at least it was loose enough to the point where I could just wiggle it off, but thankfully it does not look like there's any paint chips that I have to worry about. So other than that, I am very satisfied with this model. Let's move on. And finally, to round off massive unboxing number 12, I have an excellent haul from the folks at DGPILOT who were present at the convention. Another great retailer that I highly recommend buying from. Once again, they are great people there that work for them. Very awesome people, and a great store in of themselves. So a pretty decent haul here I got, and yes, I see this model here is quite rare, but we're going to go and start off with the smallest box, work our way up. So start off here with this American Lockheed L188 Electra. Very, very nice. A retro model that was just released fairly recently. 2022 release. Item number on this one is GJAAL 1718. Take a good look at this beauty right here. And this is a record for unboxing, at least for my channel. This is incredible. But man, this model right here, wow. All polished, all everything. Fingerprint magnet. And here it is, the Lockheed L188 Electra of American Airlines by Gemini Jets. This is the very old livery here, before the AA logo that we all know and love. Just making sure that's not... Okay, that's not a special livery missing there. Southwest plane taken off. So starting up at the front, we got the cockpit windows and a little anti-black glare there. The American Airlines logo, and then we have the nice little red stripe there. So this is, I believe, what they call the Astro livery. Not Astrojet, because it's not a jet aircraft. November 6118 Alpha is the registration. Then we have the AA American logo up here, and a nice little white circle with a red outline. And I don't know, I don't think that's... No, that's not American flag, because if that was the case, then that'd be printed a bit weird. And there is the front profile of it. Looks really great there with the propellers and everything. And then here's the underneath of the model, Gemini Jets logo, and a very shiny model right there. So very, very bright to look at. So yeah, another great retro model to add to the collection. The retro has been the theme for this unboxing. Next up, we have the JetBlue Airbus A320 with the high-rise tail. This is a rare model as far as I know, and thankfully DGPILOT had it, and for a good price as well. So take a look inside there. There's the pamphlet, aircraft information, 2017 release. So this is a 5-year-old model at this point. Item number on this is JBU 1657. Take this out and wow. Yes, sir. Another good JetBlue model to have. My second regular livery JetBlue A320 go well with the tartan tail and just kind of add a nice little bit of variety that I've needed in the collection. We'll be keeping an eye out for the other ones like the blueberries, the barcode, and even the new Spotlight A320 that was just revealed a few years ago at this point. And here she is, the JetBlue Airbus A320 by Gemini Jets. And let's take a look at the aircraft name. This is Red, White, and Blue. How convenient. Alright, move the camera back here, just a little bit of the plane here. So, starting up front, we got the cockpit windows, there's the aircraft name there, Red, White, and Blue. Got the O1 door, the JetBlue titles, and then you have the registration back there, November 537, Juliet Tango, and then Airbus A320 underneath. Got a SATCOM dome, JetBlue.com on the engines, and you have an all-blue fence tip there. And then you have the high-rise tail, which is printed wonderfully on this model. So there is that for you, and another good rare model, probably the last of the rare ones for the collection so far, and one of the last rare ones I got from Airliners. So I don't know, maybe I'll get more later, but this is probably the end of it, this is quite a bit. But yeah, very nice model, very happy with this. Let's move on. Next up in line, the Eastern 757-200 by Gemini Jets. I would have gotten the NG release, but I couldn't find one, so I ended up settling for the Gemini release, which is an okay model, I'd say. Not as bad as some people make it out to be. 2021 release from April, the same release as the American CRJ 900. How wonderful. Item number GJEAL 1981. Let us unbox this and experience this beauty. And another Eastern model to add. This is the Eastern Group, or I don't know what to call it. This is just like the Eastern Extravaganza, actually. That's a better term for this unboxing. The Eastern Extravaganza. And here she is, the Eastern 757-200 by Gemini Jets. The last retro model for this unboxing, I promise. There's one more model left after this, and then I'm going to be heading out. So let's go ahead and get started. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got the nice dark blue nose right there, got the light blue cheat line, hockey stick logo, Eastern logo, American flag, registration November 502 Echo Alpha. And then we also have the Gemini Jets logo there underneath, along with a continued polished livery on it. Rolls-Royce engines look really great on this model, very nice to see. And you have the blue cheat line that continues all the way up to the tail. Seems like this model doesn't seem to sit very well, so that's a little bit unfortunate there. Maybe the nose gear is a bit too short, or the main gear is a bit too long. I don't know, that seems what I noticed here on this tempered glass surface. But one more model, this is the penultimate one. Let's move on to the final model for this unboxing. Alright, the final model for this unboxing, the Breeze Airbus A220-300. My first A220-300 and my second Breeze model in the collection. I initially decided to pass up on this model, but I just couldn't resist getting this, so I just kind of had to get it here. 2022 release as to be expected. Item number on this is GJMXY2064. Now, some people have complained about the nose landing gear, and that is why I initially skipped out on it, because they did change it, thankfully, moved away from that junk Herpa plastic or whatever they were using, and moved on to something a little bit of their own, and there we go. There is that nose landing gear, and yes, it does indeed look a little bit too tall, and the nose has been messed up a little bit. Once again, I do apologize about the pace of this unboxing video. I've gone kind of quick, but hopefully it was not too fast. I don't think I went, like, ridiculously fast, but let's take a look here at this Breeze A220. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit windows over there. I'll try to center that just a little bit. Got the L1 door, the Breeze logo down there, and then we have November 203 Bravo Zulu's registration, flybreeze.com, the American flag, and then the Breeze logo there on the back. There's the underneath of it, Gemini Jets logo further back, and the Breeze logo there in the center, and then there's the nose landing gear, which obviously some people have had issues with, even though that they did change it. It's thankfully better than that junk Herpa plastic that they used. It's a bit too tall from what I have been hearing. Well, what can I say? I can't resist. So, despite attempting to resist myself throughout the second day of the convention, I still bought some stuff. So, let's go ahead and take a look here at the second portion of the haul I got from the Airliners convention. So, one of the first models I picked up here on the second day is this United 737 MAX 9 in the livery. Only a good deal on this, so, I mean, not too bad. So, really happy about this model right here. A 2018 release, which, of course, I've seen plenty of these here since I'm in Chicago. Plenty of these have been flying out. Item number on this one is GJUAL1784. And yes, you can see part of my haul from yesterday over there, which was 21 models, but with the extra that I bought today, that is going to up the total quite significantly. And there we go. The first model of the second day from the convention is out. Let's check it out. Here's the first model from the second day of the convention, this United 737 MAX 9 by Gemini Jets. My first MAX 9 in the collection, and yeah, this thing looks pretty good. Of course, looks like the engines are turning into rockets here on this one, so another QC issue here from Gemini. Starting off at the front, we have the cockpit windows, a little Star Alliance logo, L1 door, you got the United titles here, and you have like the Dreamliner-inspired swooping golden line going across the entire fuselage. And then you have the registration right here, November 67501, and then we have the Continental Globe tail on here. Some of the MAX 9s are starting to get painted into the Evo Blue livery, so hopefully Gemini Jets does one with the Evo Blue livery. I know they did a MAX 8, which is what I have. I unboxed that in the previous massive unboxing if you want to go see that. Otherwise, the rest of the model here is in pretty good shape. Advanced technology, winglets, and everything. I'll just do a quick QC check to make sure that this is in one piece, which it should be. And it indeed is. So, good model here. We are pretty much set for that. Let us move on to the next one. Next up, we have a bit of an interesting model here. This is basically a white box model because there's nothing on it. But yeah, this is the model inside, a Delta 767-200, the Spirit of Delta aircraft. Now, I believe this is the first livery this aircraft wore. So it does have the 767 titles on the tail, and I believe that was worn at, I think, the Farnborough Air Show sometime back in the late 80s when they initially took delivery of this aircraft. But the Spirit of Delta, basically an aircraft that all the employees bought for the airline or kind of worked together to do that. I think that's how the story goes. And today this aircraft is on display at the Delta Museum of Flight down in Atlanta, Georgia. And this is where they had the Airliners convention back in 2019, I believe, right before the pandemic hit. Yeah, there is this beauty, my first 762. One of the first few widget models that I'll be getting here in my collection. Hopefully with more to come, and this is just amazing. Wow. I tell you, this thing is a unit. And here she is, a Delta 767-200 Spirit of Delta aircraft with the 767 tail titles. Yeah, I gotta say, this aircraft looks really nice. It looks like the paint maybe has yellowed a little bit. The white has kind of a bit of an off-white tint to it, a little bit of a yellow tint, so it kind of makes it like an off-white, essentially. I'm not sure when this model was made, but again, that could just be from natural causes, so I'm not too worried about that. Got the cockpit windows up here, a black nose. There is the Delta widget along with the Delta widget titles. Got the nice dark blue black cheat line that goes all the way back. Registration November 102 Delta Alpha. You got the American flag, Boeing 767, and then you have the 767 titles on here, along with the Delta widget on the engines, which is present on both sides. So yeah, very, very nice model, and this is the standard Aeroclassics landing gear, which does roll, but it does have a tendency to fall off if you roll it more than 6 inches across any surface. Yeah, the wings got some pretty good detail on there. You see some of the overwing markings and all that. But yeah, it looks like a really fantastic model for the collection once again. So very happy with this. My first 762, and would have been my first Delta widget, but I had that MD-90, which I lost a while ago. So this will be a nice welcome return for the Delta widget livery into my collection. And before I continue with the unboxing, I'll just show you some of the extra stuff I got from the second day of the convention. These are just stuff that was handed out complimentary for the registration table. So I got a People Express flight schedule here from 1984, a Northwest flight schedule from 1988 rather, and then we have 1990 with a frequent flyer timetable also from Northwest. And then finally, a Piedmont one from 1987. So you see there a nice little advertisement on that. So that's basically everything for that. Move on to a bit of a bigger aircraft here. Not something in particular in my collection, but it was being offered up at a cheap price, so I figured I'd get it. So shout out to Irish for allowing me to purchase this off of him. So I think he said there's like loose stabilizers on it or something, so I'll have to inspect that when I unbox this. So he wanted to get this off his hands, and I was more than happy to do it for him. So here's the Air China Airbus A350 by, I believe this is Phoenix. Yep, I see the Phoenix logo up there on the top. You see it right there. So yeah, very, very nice box on here. I love the design on this. Very cool box art. I'll just kind of flip through it here. There is the back of it. I'll go ahead and position the camera a little bit further back so you can see it better. So yeah, Phoenix, the heart of aviation. Registration on this is Bravo-6688. Let's unbox this here and see how good this model is. Oh yeah, this looks really good. In great shape for the price I paid for it. And yeah, I do see one of the stabilizers does look a bit loose, so I will go and inspect that. Actually seems pretty firmly glued in there, so it must have been re-glued on at some point. But yeah, other than that, then this model is in really good condition. This is quite a big model, so I have to have the camera zoomed out pretty much all the way to get it to fit into the frame. So if it looks like kind of like a fisheye lens in a way, I do apologize for that. But here it is, the Air China Airbus A350-900 by Phoenix. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit windows. You got the Star Alliance logo, L1 door, got the flag of China right there, and then the Air China titles along with it written in the native language. Registration Bravo-6688, and you got the Air China titles on the wings, along with the registration there on the starboard wing right over here. Engines look really good. Landing gear looks pretty good, and underneath here you got A350 XWB printed. Underneath, back when the airlines really used to kind of advertise that, hey, this is an A350, you should fly it. And then you got the Air China logo there on the tail, which looks pretty nice. Kind of looks like a bird or something. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Love the details there on the tip, on the end of the wing here. Nice little red tips there. And then the Rolls-Royce engines are present there. That little blue dot that you see on your screen, that is a Rolls-Royce logo. All the wheels do roll, and thankfully this model is in fantastic condition, just apart from that, which was advertised, thankfully. So other than that, this is a really fantastic model. I'm happy that I got it for the price that I did it. So yeah, thank you again, Irish, for allowing me to purchase this model off of you if you're watching this. And yeah, he's been getting plenty of shout-outs from me as I did catch his flight coming in when I was spotting at Chicago on Wednesday. So look out for that spotting video. That'll be coming out very soon. Let's move on to the last two models. And just to round out the haul here from the convention, so basically I'm going to have 26 models out of this convention, which is absolutely just astonishing. So picked up a couple of more recent releases again from DGPILOT. Thank you again for these models. I'm always happy to be a customer with your store. Very happy about this. So let's take a look here. So first up, we have the JetBlue Airbus A321neo with the streamer's tail. So let's take a look inside. I would have gotten the Panda models one, but I didn't see anybody selling this. So I'm just like, man, whatever. I'll just get the Gemini release. If it's broken, it's broken. I'm not going to complain too much about it. So really nice release here from 2022. Item number is GJ JBU2070. So let us dive in. Again, the Neos are subject to potential damage from the wings falling off. So I'm going to have to go ahead and inspect this here. Okay, that wing looks really good. That's very firm right there. Yeah, other than that, this is in really good condition. Really happy with this. Still have to keep an eye out for the Panda release, but I'm more than happy with this Gemini release. And here is the JetBlue Airbus A321neo with the streamer's tail by Gemini Jets. This is actually an A321LR, but Gemini Jets just places it as an A321neo for whatever reason. So it's kind of the same plane, just with the different specifications and all that for like the range and stuff. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got an aircraft name under here. I'll go ahead and take a look at. That is Mint Wink Wink, I think. It looks like part of the W there in that first wink got rubbed off there. It's a little bit unfortunate that that happened, so paint defect there, but nothing too major. Got the big JetBlue titles right over here. Move the aircraft just a little bit. And then we got the overwing exits, and then the engines, which looks like they do have some ground clearance. It is pretty good. The fan blades and the engine inlet could use a little bit of work there because it looks like some paint may have rubbed off there. Got a little SATCOM dome right there, some antennae. November 4058 Juliet is the registration, and you got the Airbus A321neo titles, and then there's the wonderful streamer's tail. I get this and ribbons mixed up. Ribbons is the one that goes diagonal up on the tail, so that is a different version, and I believe the streamers... Gosh, I'm trying to think. I think they use these on their flights to to Great Britain, to London, Gatwick, and then I think they're going to start flying to Heathrow here pretty soon. So really interesting to see this low-cost carrier head out into these transatlantic flights. So this A321neo is a very fitting aircraft for them, since they already fly the A320 family of aircraft, including the A320, the regular A321, and then now the neo. I already have the balloon's tail, but this streamer's tail will work really well. So yeah, that is everything with this model. Let's move on to the last model for this unboxing, and I do promise that this is the last one. Next up here, we have the TWA 757-200 by Gemini Jets. I was been looking for the NG release, but again, like with the JetBlue rather, I didn't find the NG version of this TWA 752, so I just settled for the Gemini release. So there it is inside, flap and everything, all the information. So this was June 2021, yeah. So I get the 717 initially mixed up. That was in August, but this one was in June of 2021. Our number on this is GJ TWA 1982. The last model for this unboxing. So can we end this off with a good ending here on a high note? And we do. Looks really fantastic. And the final model for this unboxing, this TWA 752 by Gemini Jets. Fantastic. So ending this unboxing on a high note. Starting off at the front, we got the cockpit windows, got the L1 door, the wonderful Transworld title. So this is the final livery that TWA had. You got like a little bit of the globe right there. Part of the Americas, and then Europe and Africa over there. Registration November 725 Tango Whiskey. They have the TWA logo there on the tail, along with the red and very deep blue stripes underneath. And then you got the American flag up there at the top. And then also note that there are these like black stripes on here. I think this helps with like glare from the sun. So this was present on some 727s as well in the twin stripes livery. So I have to see if Gemini Jets will make one of those at some point. I know they did one 200 release and I saw those. So I think the black stripes on the wings help with the glare. It's kind of like the black nose that they had on some of the older planes. Let me grab another model here that had one of those. I'm trying to look here. Looking. I can't find one right now, but whatever. I'll just grab this Eastern 720 over here. So you kind of see there on the nose. Something like this, but it would be much bigger. So it doesn't seem like the model that I have of that in particular is present right now. Maybe another one that I unboxed recently. So yeah, pretty much everything on that. And I'll show you underneath there. There's a Gemini Jets logo. Again, I would have gotten the NG release if it was there, but since I only saw the Gemini quite a few times, I figured, why not? Let's just get this, and I'll just be happy with it. That is everything. Massive unboxing number 12 is finally complete. This is the biggest unboxing I've ever done on this channel by a long shot this time. So when I initially said I only had 21 models to unbox, well, that was not the case. I ended up unboxing 26 instead. So that is officially the largest unboxing on this channel, and probably one of the largest you can find on YouTube. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I had a really fun time producing this over the course of 2 separate days, having fun meeting everybody at the convention and all that fun stuff. Obviously, by the time you see this video, the convention experience video that I did regarding the Airliners International Convention will be out for you to watch. So if you want to take a look at that real quick and see how the convention was like, you can go check that out after this premiere has concluded. So, with that being said, I thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys very soon with a lot of plane spotting content to come from Chicago O'Hare International Airport. Take care, guys.